We say good morning to our friend from when, Craig Pansang. Hello, sir.
Good morning, Paula.
How you do?
I'm well. I'm alive, and that's a big deal nowadays.
It is a huge deal, and we have to appreciate it and celebrate it.
Absolutely.
And what they say you do with your life, you take the talents and don't hide them under a bushel. You develop them and you share them like you've been doing, Craig Pansang.
Boy. Yes.
Now it's interesting. I've known this gentleman that I'm speaking with, Francois, for decades. And I knew him as being in video production. Then I see some huge, beautiful canvases, artwork pieces framed in foreign and all over the place. And I see Craig Pansang. Wow. Different sides of you, sir. For those who know you from one area, we want to see if we can describe all the areas so folks get a broader view of the things that you are capable of and are actually executing. So first question is, can I just call you an artist?
Yes.
Artist.
Absolutely.
Okay. So this artist, how did you get involved in things creative, Craig? Was it a talent you had as a child?
I think I was just very, very curious about everything. And I went into the video production side and radio production and film production, everything in the background.
Hold on. Video, radio, film are things that you do after high school. Are you saying before that you didn't have...
No, well, in high school, you do the normal art classes and so forth, and I was curious about it, but I never really pursued it. I mean, I even won this contest in school for drawing this cartman down in bamboo, and it was fantastic in terms for me to say that I could actually have done it. I didn't know I could do it. I just started and it won.
Which school is this?
The Stitchfield.
Okay. And so you saw that the talent was there, you tried, it came out, boom, and then you forgot about it again? What happened after that?
I did forget about it, and then I went away to school. I left third form, went away to school to Miami, and in high school there I went in wood shop again, and they asked for you to do a project, and I found some lumber and a specific type of thing out of one of the South American countries, and I won another first for that there.
No, I don't understand. What you make?
A bed. A huge bed.
Craig, you go for it, go make bed?
Yes, can you imagine?
Not having had any such training, really?
No training, just curiosity.
Okay, so that was another flash in the pan, and you still paid no attention to it?
No, because, everybody says, you go into business, and I went into just learning everything else. And last part of high school, I went into another class which was about electronics, and I was just intrigued by it. And it was with TVs and so forth. And from there, I was asked to come back to Jamaica to open a then studio, and I just got involved in that, and then
hold on, we're not rushing through that, because that now was decades of involvement. That's the time that I knew you, Craig. So
exactly.
For people who are saying, I know that name, help us.
Okay, so when I came back, I did go into Miami-Dade at the time, and I did radio and TV production. Then came back in 1980, and that's where I started Video Max production, which is actually the V in CVM.
Video Max, for the young people who have no clue. Simon, my producer, looking up, be like, okay.
It was one of the three biggest production companies in Jamaica at the time.
And what kinds of things did you do, Craig? What are the things that folks might remember, know?
Oh, gosh. There were so much different things. Well, Agra 21 documentaries, Heart documentaries, Sealy commercials, American Airlines, Jamaica National documentaries. There were hundreds and hundreds of commercials, radio and TV that I did. A lot of the big brands, I worked on them in some form or the other.
And then CVM came along. Whose idea was that?
Well, CVM was a joining of mine. It was CTS, Media Mix, and CVM, the three production companies who put together. to do that in a time when we needed a second television station. So I was one of the three people there that kind of started laying out all the stuff that had to be done and what we required from a technical point of view, and then went back to the heads of those three organizations, and everything was formed and put together.
And then began what now exists in another form and with other entities behind it and persons. But you look at it, how do you feel when you look and you see CVM still happening?
Well, it's I just another one of the things that I have worked on that I enjoyed at the time. You know, what I think is everything that I've ever done in my life has joined together to bring me where I am today. And everybody needs to start looking at that. You know, where you're coming from, how can you put together all the things that you actually love to do, and then make that one thing or a few things that you can then make from all those experiences, those life experiences.
And work your way through. I know my memory tells me, and I don't know if I'm correct in this, that you were in retail at one time, providing equipment and services.
Yes, we're still doing equipment and doing a lot of repairs to cameras and that sort of thing, doing a lot of the copies. You know, people still have old VHS and Beta and Pneumatic and 8mm. We're doing transfers to people. And of course, all the repairs to anything, all the cameras and all that stuff. So.
And the name is not Video Max, clearly.
No. That's Advitech Systems, and we're at 11 Worthington Avenue.
Advitech Systems. Now, I understand that part. Where did classic cars come into play in your life?
You know, when I was a little boy, my uncles and father always had different kinds of muscle cars and European cars and so forth. And I just formed a love for it. I actually like the classic muscle cars. That's the American cars in the 60s. And I just had a dream where I saw one in particular that I really love, and I had an opportunity to have it. And I found it and put everything back together, and it's now running, and it's one of the most photographed cars in Jamaica today. It's a 1967 Ford Cobra.
Wow. So we have car restoration, we have video production and all the related areas that come with that. We have bed making. I'm not seeing a line leading to photography, but that I'm not surprised.
Well, actually, remember, photography is just a slightly different tool from the TV production and film production, because it's still a camera.
True.
And how that came about was, after working on all these things, you know, you'd go for a ride on a weekend down in the country, and you'd say, hey, I worked at that place, I went to this place, I went to that place. You know, where's this man or woman or that we worked with? And I started going back because I love the art of black and white photography. And I started going into the countryside and just shooting all of this stuff in black and white, and created this huge library of work. And then came F&B downtown, which is the old Swiss stores, who got some stuff from me, put on the walls. People started coming in and saying, hey, is that for sale? And I'm like, for sale? You want to buy my work, what I've done, what I love? And, you know, I started selling that. And then you had people, designers, saying, hey, Craig, we need this for that, we need it for different sizes, so forth. And they'd sell that, and then they'd come back and say, hey, can you do anything else? And what do you mean, do anything else? Can you paint? Can you draw? Can you? No, but can you sell it? Yes, we can, because people love your work. And I said, well, okay, let me put my mind to it. And I started just doing some stuff, and that on its own has taken off, and I'm up to 6 different styles right now.
Wow. How can people see that? Do you have stuff online that they can search for?
Absolutely. I have a great website, easy to use. You don't need any sort of degree to use it. It's craigpangsang.com, and Pangsang, it's spelled a little different. It's PHANGSANG. So it's craigpangsang.com. My business page on Facebook is the same, and my Instagram is the same.
Craig Pang, PHANG,
sang.com. Right.
sang.com. Okay, and easy to find a while ago. It's cute. It's cute.
There's so much stuff there, and I have a section that's about ideas, decorating ideas. People should look at that because a lot of times you put up images of the work and they don't quite associate it with it being on a wall or whatever. And when you go there, you'll see it in rooms and stuff like that. And guess what? There's a whole bunch of new stuff out. There's a brand new set of postcards I'm in the middle of developing.
I love your drawings. They're so
the drawings,
simple.
Well, you should see this new set of drawings that I'm doing. All COVID. There's like 35 pieces. It's not released to the public or anything yet. I'm just preparing all of that. And you should pass by Paula on the way from work. Well, not at F&B. My office is also now a gallery, which is 11 Worthington Avenue, and I'm there. F&B is downtown. Stuff is still there, but it's best to come where I am. And you can. There's hundreds of stuff to see there.
I will find you. I will find you, Craig. And thank you for finding us this morning. The conversation was lovely.
Thank you so much.
I need a bed too, so we'll talk. Craig Pang Sang, artist inside the guest room.